All right, let's jump right into it. Today, we're talking about something called the 1% metamorphosis. And really, what it's all about is this: a total, fundamental change that begins in the one place where you and only you have complete control, your own mind.
So let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself. Does your mind ever feel like like a battlefield? You know that feeling. A constant struggle where it seems like the negative thoughts are just winning. If that sounds familiar at all, you are definitely not alone. The source material for this explainer makes it clear that this is a super common feeling. But, and this is so important, it's not a life sentence. You don't have to just accept it.
You know, that feeling of being stuck, it actually has a name. It's called mental captivity. And what's really fascinating about this idea is where it comes from. It's not some personal failing, okay? It's not that you're doing something wrong. It's just a lack of knowledge. Think of it like being trapped in a cycle, simply because nobody's shown you the key to get out yet.
So what's the result of this mental captivity? Well, think of your mind like a computer with default settings. An unrenewed mind, one that's just running on old automatic programming, its default is to look for the darkness. It's constantly scanning for problems, for what could go wrong, for all the fears. And look, maybe that was a useful survival tool way back when, but for most of us now, it's just not serving us anymore.
But what if you could actually go into the settings and change that default? That's really the choice we're talking about here. Are you going to operate with the old mind that's always looking for darkness? Or are you going to choose the renewed mind, the one that's been trained to actively look for the shining light? And let's be super clear, this isn't about some kind of toxic positivity or ignoring reality. No way. It's about making a deliberate, intentional choice to shift your focus to what's good, what's true, and what's hopeful.
Okay, so how do we actually do it? How do we make that shift? The solution is, well, it's pretty profound, but it's also surprisingly real. We're talking about physically rewiring your brain. No, this is not just some abstract, think happy thoughts idea. This is real science. It's called neuroplasticity. Your brain has this incredible ability to form new connections, to literally change its own structure based on what you practice, what you focus on. And you want to know the single most powerful tool for that rewiring process? It's gratitude. I absolutely love this quote from our source. It frames gratitude not as some passive feeling you just wait for, but as an active exercise. It's a spiritual workout. Seriously, think about it. Just like going to the gym and lifting weights build your muscles, actively practicing gratitude builds a stronger, tougher, more resilient mind. It's the workout that keeps you spiritually fit.
So this all boils down to a pretty straightforward 3-step path to renewal. Step 1, just acknowledge the reality of the situation. Your mind is a battlefield, and it's a battle that is absolutely worth fighting. Step 2, choose your weapon, and your #1 tool in this fight is the active practice of gratitude. And then step 3, just begin. With that choice made, you start the whole renewal process, literally one grateful thought at a time.
Now, the source material gives a really specific example of what it calls an activation key. Basically, a simple, immediate way to get started. It suggests typing out the phrase, "Thank you, Lord." And the principle behind this is super interesting. It's the idea that a physical act, even something as small as typing, can send a powerful signal to your mind that you're setting a new course. It's just one example, but it's a way to take that very first concrete step on this path of renewal.
So, why call it the 1% metamorphosis? Well, the thinking goes like this. Because this kind of work is intentional, because it takes real, conscious effort, only about 1% of people will actually choose to take this level of responsibility for what goes on in their own minds. It's a small group, for sure, but it's an incredibly powerful one. They're the ones committed to this transformation. And choosing this path, it means you're choosing to join that 1%.
Okay, before we finish up, I really want you to let this next message sink in. Are you ready? You are not broken. You're not a failure. You are simply unrenewed. Isn't that such a powerful way to look at it? The problem isn't some deep fundamental flaw in who you are. And you know the best part? Renewal is a choice. It's a choice you can make right now, today, and it's a choice that honestly changes everything.
So here's the bottom line. Your mind doesn't have to be a battlefield. It can be transformed into a garden. But that choice, it's yours. So be that 1%. Renew your mind, live a transformed life. Hey, if this explainer helped you out, do me a favor and share it with someone you know who needs to hear this. And of course, subscribe to join the 1% community.